I just had my 10X Mentorship with Sheri Hamilton, CEO of Cardone Enterprises. I'm Maria, and here are my 14 lessons learned on today's topic, the voluntary army and measuring your new hire's work. Lesson 1. Question. I work for a company with voluntary army. So, some of these people are not as motivated. What do you suggest as far as getting them from the unmotivated phase to re-engage? Lesson 2. Sheri says, I'll tell you what's gonna work for most people? And most people want to do whatever the successful guys are doing. Lesson 3. So, the successful guy needs to be your example. And that successful guy needs to be doing and saying all of those actions that you want the people to do and say. And you want them to call out that successful guy, and you want to compliment him on everything that he's doing. And you want to have him talk to the whole team and say, hey, how is it that you're able to do so much more productive? Then he'll say, well, this is what I do. I do this and that and this and that. And all of this and that are exactly what you want the rest of the team to do. Lesson 4. Because they're probably not there just yet, just to get by. They're probably there to be successful. And if you tap into that and show them that someone who's done it, and you say, you've done, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. All you got to do is do what this guy did, and then this guy is your model. Lesson 5. Question. How do you go about hiring someone? Let's say you're not technical and you need to hire someone for a technical position. How do you go about putting together the right job description? How do you go about interviewing and making sure they're the right person? How do you measure that? And how do you handle that situation where maybe they know more than you do, but you need that position filled? Lesson 6. Answer of Sheri. There's a few ways. Number 1 is that when you go onto the internet and you Google job descriptions of whatever you need. Lesson 7. Big companies, by the way, who have a job description for a web developer or a graphic designer or a funnel builder or anything of that nature, and you'll find these job descriptions online. You can then take that and modify that, which is what she did in the beginning, based on what she knew they needed. Lesson 8. Sheri says, I would add in the software that they're using, or I knew we had available, and then I would put the job description out like that. Lesson 9. As far as how you interview them and test their skill, you're going to want to get the examples of their work. They'll send you websites or designs of their work. You know they're different boards where they have done their work. Lesson 10. And the thing that you want to ask them in the interview is, what part of this website did you personally do? Which part of this design did they actually design? And which part of this did you create? And how many were on the team? And what was the rest of the team responsible for? Lesson 11. Another thing that they have done there is they said for a graphic designer, for example, I have something kind of pre-made where I said, I want you to design a graphic for a bootcamp or a growth conference, or I want you to design a meme that says Grant's quote, and you give them a time. It's a time thing. So if they're not in the office and if you're doing monthly, then you're with them or you're monitoring them. And that's going to tell you if they can do what they say they can do. Lesson 12. The other thing you can do, according to Sheri, is to go through different agencies. Sheri has gone through a lot of agencies for technical people. You know, they are specialists. They are specialists at that. and they send you a person and you still have to qualify that person because agencies do not do that job very well. Lesson 13. If you do your job by asking the questions, what part of this were you responsible for? Whose idea was it? Was it your idea, or did you get it from a strategist? Or who did you report to? How long did it take you? What was your time frame? Lesson 14. All of these things are really important, and those are things that you can measure on. And if your technical person has to do with the number of emails going out, or dollars coming in, or the clicks on a site, or the likes, or whatever it is, that's how you measure them. The effectiveness of their work is in the result of their work. So those are my lessons learned. I hope you learned something. Please don't forget to click that subscribe button, and you can also download a free section of my book, Apartment Prescription, from 0 to 50 apartment units in 7 years. If I've done it, I know you can do much more. Take care and God bless.